Hey Cupcakes, this is Mushroom and we are back on Ark Survival Ascended with a drop of Extinction. Now that we've finally received the map and have seen the changes that Wildcard has made, it's finally time for our top 5 base locations. I made sure to include a location from every biome, so there'll be something for everybody in this. So let's get started with location 1, the Metal Jungle. This location sits atop the right end of the metal city structure at approximately 50-75. The land is very flat for building. You have so much room to expand to the plateaus above you for more space, and that's a great vantage point of the Wastelands, so you'll always be the first to find OSB drops and even element veins. There's a ramp for easy access to the ground as well as to the plateaus above. It's in the city, so it has easy access to all of the biomes very easy, but especially the desert and snow. As it's not very well protected from the flyers coming from the wasteland, you could have an issue with corrupted wyvern attacking your base. And if these are coming from one of the wasteland drops, they could be very high level. There's a small river below, but there's no real water features close. So this is a fantastic base location, especially for those wanting to build in the city, but there are a couple little drawbacks that you're going to find everywhere in the city. Location number 2, the Abandoned Building. An unbelievably cool location in the city that looks like a hollowed out empty building, located at approximately 46-57. There are stone pillars on every corner, and a roof over top to keep you safe from the elements. And if you fly around, this is one of the very best protected base locations in the city. There are stone pillars around the exterior that are partially filled in with glass, and the spaces that are not can be covered very easily with walls. There's a large opening in the floor that you can either cover with ceilings, or you can build in for extra space. This location has all of the draws of the city and its central location, but it's significantly safer than all of the other spots around it and is definitely a spot that you need to consider. For our third location, we are venturing out of the city and into the ice biome. We are at the Snow House at approximately 1893. There are not many great locations in the ice biome, but this is definitely the best of them. It looks like a supervillain lair overlooking the map. There are so many great aspects to this location. The building is in ruins, so you have a decent amount of flat land that you can build on. As well, if you patch up the opening areas, it's very safe. It can be built up fairly easily, which will help block out the manas and the owls, but they'll still be a bit of a problem as you are in the ice biome. One of the best things about this location is that there's actually a city terminal on hand, so crafting and transferring will be an absolute breeze. As you're up so high, you might feel a little bit disconnected from the rest of the ice biome as you're looking over it, but there's a land bridge for easy access to the rest of the snow biome as well as the wasteland. There are not many cons to this location, is the temperature. But this is a great spot and I really recommend grabbing it, especially if you can find yourself some decent fur blueprints. Location number 4, the Desert Oasis. We are heading down south to the desert for our 4th location, which looks absolutely stunning in ASA. Our base location is at the springs at the base of the waterfall at approximately 88-85. This is by far the most beautiful location on this list. But while the land is flat, it's not very large. So you'll be able to fit a decent sized house, but you may have to build a bit over the water if you want to expand. As with the biomes, you are safe from the corrupted creatures, but unfortunately, there are no natural barriers for stopping the creatures that spawn in the desert from reaching your base. The water gets quite deep, so you'd be able to build a fantastic sized water pen as well. As a plus, you are not very far from the desert cave for chitin runs. The Desert Lagoon is most definitely a beautiful location, and for those of you that love to build, you definitely need to go check this spot out. Moving on to our location 5, and we have saved the best for last, the Forest Lagoon. We are moving west for our 5th location, past the corrupted den and down into the depths of the sunken forest. The sunken forest is a great biome for the survivors that prefer tranquil beauty and peace, and who don't want to deal with extreme temperatures. Unfortunately, with peace comes the separation from the rest of the map, but our location at approximately 3.627 helps mitigate that. It is above the main river with pockets of crystal, metal, and gachas around, so you'll always have tons of resources. The ground is not entirely flat, but there are redwood trees not very far away that can be built in. The access to the water is fantastic and is the very best on this list, as you have your own private lake that you can build a massive water basin where you'd be able to raise tusos and mosas. While you are protected from corrupted creatures, there's an opening for easy access to the wasteland right above. The Forest Titan Cave is close at hand for easy cave runs as well. The sunken Forest Lagoon is a must-check spot for anyone wanting to build a beautiful private lake in the forest. Let me know how you enjoy living in these locations if you end up choosing them. And if there's any others that you love, let me know in the comments. I tried to include every biome so there'd be a little something for everyone. And if you guys like this content, remember to like and subscribe. Until next time, enjoy Extinction and stay fresh, cupcakes.